Hi, awesome fifth graders. Happy Monday and happy guidance class day. Let's get started right away with our awesome time. Otherwise, if you're all done with that, you can do your would you rather card. And for the would you rather, I'd like you to get up and move. So you could say the would you rather question, and then one of the answers can stand on that side of the room and the other answer can stand on the other side of the room. So go ahead and have fun and do that, and then come back to the video. All right, welcome back. So now I'd like you to please walk to the color zone that you're in right now. Okay, so if you're ready to learn, that's wonderful. If you're not ready to learn, that's okay too, right? We have all these different emotions for a reason, and that's just fine. But let's just do a quick little settling in activity just so that we can get ready to learn, okay? So let's go ahead and let's do some box breathing, all right? Okay, so breathe in and hold your breath and breathe out. And remember, hold your breath. You want to breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth, okay? We'll do one more. Okay, now I'd like to review, 2 weeks ago we talked about communication bloopers and communication boosters. And I'd like to review that because communication is just so important, isn't it? We need communication for everything in life, don't we? And so can you pause the video and can you just say some examples of why communication is so important? Why do we need good communication skills anyways? Okay, good job. Maybe you said something like, it's easier to work in groups in your classroom. It's easier to work on a team. It's easier to get along with your family with good communication. It's easier to get along with your friends. And with good communication skills, your friends are going to feel like you care about them. They're going to feel like you hear them. You're going to have some really good friendships, okay? And you might get in trouble less at home or at school if you have some good communication skills, right? Okay, so communication just makes everything easier and everything better. So that's why we're just going to spend another whole guidance class reviewing it. And I have 2 fun games for you today. Because what better way to practice communication than just doing it, right? So we're just gonna go ahead and practice. But before that, I just want to review. What are the 2 communication boosters that we talked about? Do you guys remember? It's 2 weeks ago. You remember? Okay, it's okay if you don't. So the 2 boosters, of course there's more than just these 2 that make communication better, right? But the 2 we're talking about in guidance class is listening and supporting. So obviously we know what listening is, right? But supporting just means like maybe repeating back what the person said to you to show you're listening, or maybe something like, oh, it's okay, you can do it, or maybe something like, oh, good job, you just got that really hard answer, great job. Just supporting other people is another good communication booster. Okay, do you guys remember the communication bloopers? Ignoring and interrupting. So, we know what those are too, right? If you're ignoring someone, it doesn't feel good to be ignored, does it? And if you're telling someone a story or something and then they just interrupt you right away, that doesn't feel good either. So those are our 2 bloopers that we're talking about. And everyone, even adults, need to practice this. Everybody needs to practice this all the time in life. For me, I'll tell you guys, my biggest one is interrupting. That blooper happens to me quite a bit, and I need to practice that, and I've been working on that during our communication unit in guidance class. So that's been fun for me to work on, and we can always get better at communication, right? It's my job to be good at communication pretty much, and I still need to practice it. You will need to practice this your whole entire life. But practicing it doesn't have to be boring. It doesn't have to be hard work. It can be a fun thing. Like for me, like when I'm practicing this right now, what I actually do is, this is funny, but depending who I'm talking to, if I interrupt someone, in my head, I'll go, oh, blooper, and then I'll catch myself and try to make it better. But if I'm talking to someone like Mrs. Johnson, because she knows what the bloopers are, then I'll actually say out loud blooper, and we'll both just smile, and then we'll just move on with the conversation. But it's good because it helps to practice. So you guys can do that too. Like if you notice it, you can just say it to your classmate, or you can just say in your head, oh, blooper, and then you realize, and then you can practice more. Okay, the first game we're going to play today, you will need to get in teams, but don't pick your teams right now because that would be ignoring me, right? That would be a communication blooper, and then you wouldn't know the directions to the game. Your teacher is going to pick your teams for you in a minute, but first we need to use communication boosters and listen so you know how to play the game, okay? So your team is going to get a stack of cards, okay? And they just each have a letter on them. And you'll need a piece of paper, just like a scratch paper, and a pencil. Each team will need a paper and a pencil, and you'll get these. And your job as a team, when your teacher says go, don't cheat and go early. Your job as a team is to make as many different words that you can with these letters. But here's the tricky part. Some of your teams will be able to communicate and talk, and some of your teams can't talk at all. Okay, so you can have teams of like 3 or 4 people. So your teacher can just decide which teams can talk and which teams cannot talk. And your teacher will give you maybe like 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. And you can have that time to make as many words as you can. Okay, but remember, if you're not talking, then you're not talking that whole time. And then your teacher will say, pencils down. And then you guys can count the words and see like what team won, what team lost. And maybe you'll be surprised. Maybe the team that can't talk will win. Who knows? Okay. And then come back to the video. Welcome back. So the team that couldn't talk, maybe you still communicated, because you guys know there's things like non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication means things like hand gestures, facial expressions. Maybe some of you were pointing to things, right? Or going like, good job, right? So you can definitely still communicate without words. So maybe you guys still did a really good job on the not talking teams. And maybe we played this game with 2nd grade, and we noticed that the non-talking teams actually did better, which is kind of silly, isn't it? But here's what I'm wondering. I think that maybe they did better because they couldn't talk, because they couldn't interrupt each other. Because on a game like this, it's so easy to just interrupt everybody, right? And just say, oh, no, my idea is this. And it's hard to not interrupt people when you have a good idea when you're on a team. So maybe that's why. So I wonder what your teams were like in your room. Maybe you can tell me after guidance class. Okay, are you ready for the next game? So this next game is a little silly, and we need to use our imaginations for it, okay? So we have to pretend something for this game. So here's what I'd like you to do, actually. I would like you to grab your pretend bottle of super glue. Don't actually do this, but just pretend. Glue the bottom of your feet and stick them straight to the floor. And then I want you to just show your teacher your hands. You have nothing in your hands, okay? And then put your hands in your lap. And just sit up straight, but be comfortable, right? So you can roll your shoulders a little if you want. Just get comfy. And I'd like you to close your eyes so that you can pretend and imagine something, okay? So here we go. With your eyes closed, I want you to picture and pretend that you are getting on a private airplane with just your family and just your friends. And you have this whole airplane just to yourself. And you're going on this really amazing vacation. And once you get on the airplane, it is stocked full of your favorite soda, your favorite drinks, your favorite snacks and treats. And you're just having so much fun, and you're just laughing with all your friends and family, and you just cannot wait for your vacation. Okay, so you're in your airplane, you took off, and you're in the air, and then you see it. The huge, beautiful ocean, and you're flying over the ocean, and it's all different shades of green and blue, and you can see the big waves, and it's just so beautiful and sunny. And up ahead, this little speck in the water is getting bigger and bigger as you get closer and closer to it. And you see it when you come up to it, and it's this awesome, fun-looking island. And on this island, there's just these fun cabins for you guys to stay in, and you're going to be there a whole week, and you have the whole island just to yourself, and you're there with all of your family and all of your friends, and you're just so excited, and you're getting closer and closer to the island. And your plane just slowly drops down and safely lands on the beach. And you run out of the airplane, and right away you just rip your shoes off so you can feel the sand in your feet and your toes, and it's warm. And you can feel the warm sunshine on your arms and on your back. And you're just so excited, and you're so happy you get this vacation. But then you find out that the airplane actually ran out of gas. Uh-oh. So now you are stuck there until someone can come bring you gas. And it's going to be a long while. It's going to be a whole entire year. A whole year for someone to bring you gas. So in the meantime, you have this whole year on this island, and you're going to run out of food. You're going to run out of stuff. You're going to need some things, and maybe you only packed like shorts and a swimsuit. You might get cold. You might need a coat. Maybe you'll get bored. Maybe you'll want like your favorite toys from home. Maybe you'll want some books so you could keep learning, right? Maybe you'll need some extra food or water. So you are really panicking right now. So people who are rescuing you agreed to send you a drone. And this drone can only bring 5 items from home for you, for this island. Okay, so 5 items. So right now, with your eyes closed, I would like you to think about what your 5 items might be. Okay, now open your eyes. And you're going to be divided into 2 groups in your classroom, just 2 groups. And in your 2 groups, you guys have to agree on those 5 items. You have to bring the same 5 items as each other, okay? And you have to agree on them. And you can talk the whole time. But during this, I need 2 volunteers to be communication observers. And I see I only have 1 minute left on my video, so I'll try to explain this quickly. You'll have 2 communication observers on your team, and they're not going to talk at all. They're just going to have booster cards and blooper cards. So one card's going to say ignoring, and then one's going to say interrupting. One's going to say listening, one's going to say supporting. And anytime you notice anybody on your team listening, you're going to put a listening card down on the table. Anytime you notice anyone on your team ignoring, you're going to put an ignoring card on the table, and for all of them. At the very end, you're going to count up the booster cards and the blooper cards. And you're going to subtract the blooper cards from the boosters, and that's your score at the end of the game, okay? So you can see who won at the end of the game. Have fun, and good luck deciding your 5 items. That would be really tricky, so good luck. Bye, everybody.